Rogan.
We're talking about Joe Rogan.
I was actually surprised when this headline came out.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I need some details. Like, I need to know what's going on, Joe. So apparently Joe talking about cis white men eventually will not be able to talk, like, when it comes to freedom of speech.
You just took a class on that, so I'm going to let you just spill the actual truth about this, because honestly...
What did I take a class on?
Didn't you take, like, a humanities class?
Yeah, I think.
Like, okay, well, scratch what I just said, but I thought he was a lot more...
Excuse me. No, I don't want that. I'm fine.
I thought he was more aware of the structure of things when it came to privilege in society.
I did too. That shocked me.
And I thought I had just said something to you about that. Like, damn, I'm happy that he's at least aware, because I know he hangs out with a lot of people whose views are very skewed about certain things. And I mean, people got the right to their opinions, but also the right to the consequences. But same thing with when you say stuff like that.
My thing is, I'm going to watch the video before I give my opinion, because maybe I'm misconstruing something. Like, maybe I'm not getting something. Like, maybe I'm getting it wrong, because you're right. I just don't see why he would do that. Like, why he would say that. It's not. And it's weird because people like to say, like, he's like a far right podcast, but he's very neutral. He's kind of annoyingly neutral sometimes.
Yeah.
And that whole anti-vax comment was surprising to me. And this, though, like was a lot.
He's been wilding.
Yeah. I think he's trying to get kicked off Spotify at this point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, he also just been hanging out with them. He been partying with them demons.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's truth behind it. A little bit of truth behind everything they say. We'll see.
V says, I think Joe doesn't realize how big of an audience he has, and they literally cling on to his words. Yeah.
I think he somewhat gets it.
I think he somewhat gets it.
Check that them
yeah, I think he somewhat gets it, but I don't think he realizes that people now have time to sit for 2 hours and really listen to you. Whereas before, it was probably maybe like a good percentage that did that.
Nah, niggas always made time to listen to him, but I think it's
no, like, you know how some people just watch highlights and then some people don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, in the past there weren't that many people that could just, but now
I'm telling you right now, I made time to listen to that.
Well, I know you did.
But at the same time, I think now it's arrogance more than anything with Elijah. But he also is majorly talking to people with that type of viewpoint lately too. It seems like behind the scenes, at least, that's who the people that kept coming back were.
Well,
like
this shit
Alex Jones type
says, I don't know who this man is with the glasses he's talking to right now. Do you? I don't know.
He be having some wild.
He does have some. He has some people that are known. I'm not trying to say that, but
maybe
I don't know
he doesn't realize. Because why would you do this?
I don't know. We still don't know what happened, babe. Let's just listen to the video. What happened? Hold on.
It keeps going. It keeps going further and further and further down the line. And if you get to the point where you capitulate, where you agree to all these demands, it will eventually get to straight white men are not allowed to talk. Right. Because it's your privilege to express yourself when other people of color have been silenced throughout history. It will be, you're not allowed to go outside because so many people were in prison for so many years. I mean, I'm not joking.
No, I know.
It really will get there. It's that crazy. You know, we just got to be nice to each other, man. And
dude, the guy with the glasses is like, not joking, like, you dead ass, bruh. Like, you wasn't joking, like, you for real.
You ain't gonna be able to go outside. Make all the rules. What you talking about? How?
And then it's like he's talking about historically, people of color have been oppressed, so now we're gonna not be able to talk. And it's like, bro, it's America. Like, this is a white supremacist nation, bro. A white straight cis male will never not be allowed to talk. Like, what is
designed
this?
That way, bro.
This not just. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, I'm so confused. I'm about to run this back a few seconds.
I don't even hear on a regular talking about they want to be in politics. So how in any stretch of the imagination could that occur? You know?
I'm just so confused.
Unless you're talking about like society. All right. So I get, okay, maybe he's alluding to people are just going to get canceled.
I think he's trying to say how when people come out with certain allegations and stuff saying like, oh, this makes me feel uncomfortable. This makes me feel uncomfortable. This makes me feel uncomfortable. He says after a while, people aren't even going to be able to say things, especially if you're a white cis male, because you are the epitome of privilege. Like, that's what I took from what he just said.
Yeah, but then the outside, you ain't even going to be able to go outside because niggas used to be locked up. I think this drunk.
That's what I said. I'm going to rewind it a little bit.
That sounds like some drunk shit. Yeah, I think they do feel like they're losing control. But isn't that some far right ass ideology for say, especially somebody that's as neutral, like you said?
That's why I'm so confused. Like, what the hell?
Because I watched him get Candace Owens the feather for this same type of.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm confused.
His same words were like, "Who said that?" Okay, they're an expert? Okay. Because that's one thing. If you're going to argue to the ground when somebody's coming at you, like, nah, that's bull. Who's the expert at that point? You know? Yeah.
Not allowed to talk. Right. Because it's your privilege to express yourself when other people of color have been silenced throughout history. It will be, you're not allowed to go outside. Because so many people were in prison for so many years. I mean, I'm not joking.
No, I know.
It really will get there. It's that crazy. You know, we just got to be nice to each other, man. And there's a lot of people that are taking advantage of this weirdness in our culture, and then that becomes their thing. Their thing is calling people out for their privilege, calling people out for their position. You know,
So basically, be nice to minorities because imagine if we didn't have privilege. That's basically what he said. If the roles were reversed, it would suck. So we need to be grateful that we have this privilege right now. Like, what the man doing?
You know he just did? I don't think I've ever seen him do that before. That was weird.
This is a mess.
Crazy times.
Yeah, most definitely. But I do feel like
you can never be woke enough. That's to all these demands. It will eventually get to straight white men are not allowed to talk.
Bro, they're not demands. Bro, they're not demands. This is so crazy that this is coming from Joe, though. Like, this is crazy as hell because he literally, like, broke this down to other people. That's why I'm, like, confused, bro. Like, I don't want y'all to think I'm, like, a super fan of the Joe Rogan podcast or nothing.
I wouldn't call myself a super
I'm
fan.
just letting
like
you know, bro.
The podcast itself and what it's done over the years because honestly,
all I'm saying is from what the little I've seen, I can co-sign with what you saying that this isn't on brand. Like, this is weird. Like, this is very off.
You just had Dave on your, like, recently and y'all was talking about some real, like, and I know he's like the Pokemon Ditto. He's like a chameleon when it comes to words, bro. He's very adaptable of a person. So I'm like, who is this dude? You're talking to somebody. It's almost like this dude right here was so left that he had to be right in this situation. That's how it almost felt to me.
Yeah, it's weird. There's a clone, bro.
Express yourself when other people of color have been silenced throughout history. It will be, you're not allowed to go outside. Because so many people were in prison for so many years.
I think bro's high.
I think they ran it back.
No, they did run it back, but I'm glad they did on that part. Bro is high on something.
We didn't get no context for real. But I mean,
that was enough. Like, that's what I'm saying. What do you even need after that? Huh is right. That's very odd.
Dude.
What do you, final verdict on Joe? Because I need to smoke a blizzy after that. That was kind of stressful. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
I don't know if it's just
you really feel that
you've been having.
My thing is you view those things like, what are the demands? That's why I'm saying maybe that's the main context I might need from that clip. It's like, what are the demands?
When I hear demands, I think of, okay, right wing, you talking about the BLM people like they're just jobless, looters or whatever. some people do bad things under the guise of BLM, whatever, and it doesn't help whenever people at the top steal. It doesn't help. But at the end of the day, somebody like Joe should have the wherewithal to see the divide and the bullshit, both sides.
Right.
Talking to all these people. So for him to actually come out and say, like, yo, there's going to be a point where me as a white man I ain't going to be able to talk or go outside because I was an oppressor for so long. And it's like, dude, not only is that radical in a way, it's very telling upon like what you consuming, because they say you are what you eat, bro. Like, who the fuck have you been talking to, bro?
That's what I'm saying, because that's just very odd. Like, and then what is it, like a few weeks, bro? Like,
I mean, Dave just started a podcast. Maybe that's him over the edge. I don't know.
Dave did start a podcast. I want to check it out.
Yeah, maybe Dave should talk about that shit. You know him, because I'm like, dude, Joe, I know you. I thought you were better than to say some shit like that.
Yeah,
without
that was just some dumb shit. Like, that will never happen. And if it ever did on some fluke, it would never happen in your lifetime. So
that's what I was
what
thinking.
The hell?
It would take hundreds.
Like on some Planet of the Apes type. Like, right, the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of this country, in this country alone. So it's like, that was just some very tone deaf. That I'm going to charge it to drugs. I'm going to charge it to drugs. Drunk. That's what I'm like, look.
I think he was legitimately drunk.
Not going to excuse that was some dumb.
That was absolutely dumb. But they already done paid this man, as far as I know. So, I mean, expect more dumb shit. But also, before we get off on it, bro, what else you got in your pocket, bro?
Right.
Damn.
Because at this point, it's just like, I feel like he feels like he's end of the road. He can't have Joey Diaz on there no more. He's not PC. He is not appropriate.
You're right. I think
he is not. He has multiple people that can come out and say that he has done horrible things to them. Like, he can't do the same. And now it doesn't matter because he's not on the grind anymore. He doesn't have to be neutral. Maybe that's what's going on. That's my prediction
got dirt,
of what's going on.
Like I said earlier, everybody's got dirt, but who's still doing dirt? Who's still being grimy? Who's still talking grimy?
Right.
I think you're right. Because that's part of the reason why a lot of people get suckered into the right side. Some people get suckered in the left side of environmental reasons. Primarily, Primarily. But when it comes to the right side of the spectrum and getting suckered into it, a lot of people get there because of false oppressive tendencies, and the sensitivity is the scapegoat.
Yep.
Those people will be like, they'll rally around the sensitivity point. They'll be like, are you tired of these yuppies complaining about everything and telling you to shut up and telling you that you can't call black people? Are you tired of not being able to go to the supermarket and not wear a mask?
Yep.
I could go on. Are you tired of hearing about these mother take away your guns even though there's no philosophical purpose for it or logistical way that it could happen? Join up. You know what I'm saying?
Just a mess.
So then you get tied into the bullshit. Like, you don't even feel that way for real, but you just tired.
He needs to clarify some things.
Please.
He needs to clarify some things.
As a fan, please.
And he needs to post it as a highlight as well, so that even people who are like me that don't have the time and the attention span can still see it. Don't pull a David Dobrik and like put it so only a few people can see. Like, come on, bruh. Come on, Joe. Because I'm confused. I'm confused here. This one infuriated me. Why? This is the one I saw. Just infuriated me. All the comments, everybody's pissed. So basically, this dude, I don't know if y'all remember when Iggy Azalea was when Iggy Azalea was engaged to that basketball player. Him.
Oh shit, Swaggy P.
Bro. He had a whole baby mama, bro.
Wasn't he like doing catfish episodes?
Yes.
His priorities be wild.
Yes, priorities be all fucked up, bro.
I didn't say I said wow.